Hey everyone, since the repairs on the John Deere L118 are almost finished, meaning the painting, I figured it's now time to start repairing the hood. Originally the hood had these plastic threaded standoffs, and anyone knows plastic on a hood really does not last. So my method to repair it will be carriage bolts. I've already drilled out what was left of the standoffs on the left and right side. And now I'm going to be inserting these carriage bolts. They could be a little bit too long, which is not a big deal. I'll just zip them off on the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a washer, a nut, then another nut, a washer, a nut, then the metal piece that goes in here, a washer, and lastly a nut. I'm going to do that for all four. I didn't initially notice this standoff right here. I'm either going to stick a bolt in there from the front and epoxy it, or I will drill that out and put another carriage bolt in. I don't really know yet offhand. But that's how I'm going to fix the sides for sure. I've already test fitted the piece that goes in here. It does fit. So I should be good to go very soon to start doing this. Then these ones here, I'm also going to epoxy in place as well. Just a little bit of epoxy on the very bottom. Just so they don't vibrate around and it will keep it nice and tight. So, for most people, a broken hood would be a deal breaker on a tractor. For me, for my OCD, it normally is. But I figured out a good way of repairing it. This way should work, and it should make this hood last a lot longer than original. Really, John Deere did a real stupid thing by making the hoods like this. I've had another John Deere in the past, and it also had a broken hood. Very similar issue. And the plastic really just does not last. There is a broken piece in the front here as well, but that one's not a big deal. I can now just put a little bit of epoxy on it and it will be fixed. But here it is, and stay tuned for the repair. Okay, we're outside doing a quick test fit of the hood. As you can see, that looks pretty damn good. The paint's a bit off, but I was not going to spend over $300 on official John Deere paint for a flip tractor. For the actual tractor itself right now, I am still well within budget. For the engine, I'm a bit over budget, but if I sell the engine separately, I am pretty much good, dead on. We lift the hood. It's rubbing on the heads right now, so those bolts will have to be cut back, which is not a huge deal at all. The front standoffs, I don't think I'm going to worry about them. They're not really supporting too much in the front. I might just put a dab of glue down in there without a bolt. We'll figure out something. Or I might just go out tomorrow and get another one of these guys right here. We'll see. I don't really know yet. It's not really a huge deal to fix it or not to fix it. And it's not really adding anything structural to the actual hood. So here it is. That's looking pretty good. My next step is I'm going to glue all these bolts in. I'm actually going to do it in the house since it is raining out here. I'm going to glue all those in, tighten up the inner bolts on all four of them, and then what I'm going to do is let that glue set up probably about 24 hours. Then I'm going to come back around and put this support bar in right here, put that back in. I can bend it just enough to get it in there with all four bolts in place, so I'm not really worried about snapping anything off. I'd rather bend the piece of steel a little bit instead of setting all the bolts in place and not being able to epoxy them. I also got to epoxy that front grill piece right there, but hey, it's fixed. It only cost me $15 to fix this entire hood. $5 in hardware, and the epoxy I'm going to use was about $10. A little bit too much on the epoxy, but hey, it's fixed. It's going to last a lot longer than this ever would have lasted if you would have kept those standoffs, or even if you have a hood with the standoffs. So hopefully this video can help somebody else out in the future. It also has a John Deere with the plastic hood. It does not have to be the L118. Really, any John Deeres with the plastic hood and this metal inside bracket, this method should work to fix it. I may or may not paint those bolt heads. I'm probably not going to. It's really going to mess up the paint more and mess up the hood more to paint them than it would be just to leave them like that. Also, with the leaving it like that, you can tell the hood's already been repaired. So I'll talk to them later. Please keep redneck like always, and please try and comment, and you gotta love your John Deeres.